Hello, 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 hello. I am Nakia. Welcome to my channel. Special guest. Don't know if you can see. This is my cat, Wheezy. He wanted to join me today. I wonder why. Because it's my June TBR, my birthday month. So we are doing all 4- and 5-star prediction books so I can enjoy my birthday month. So come back after the intro and let's talk about what we're going to read for my birthday month. Okay, so my daughter just reminded me it is also my cat Wheezy's birthday month. We are both in June, so maybe that's why he decided to join me here. His is June 10th, mine is June 30th, so Gemini, Cancer, right? Yes. Okay, so as I said, I have decided for this month, as you know, I am the DNF queen, even though I do not choose to be. Let me explain. I DNF because I am coming off of a long reading slump, like 10 years or more. So in order to keep this train going, if I'm not interested in a book, I have to put it aside. It is no shade to the author. You may like it. It really sometimes bothers me when people will watch my videos and be like, well, now I wanted to read it and now I don't. Like, please read it if you want to. Don't go off of me. It just wasn't for me. Unless you've watched all my videos and you're like, I like everything she likes and I don't like what she don't like, then hey, don't read it. But otherwise, give it a chance anyway. Just because it wasn't for me doesn't mean it wasn't for you. But that brings me on to what I was saying. For this month, I was like, it's my birthday month. I don't want to be struggling through no books. Lord, I don't. So I was like, you know what? I was going to do books based on my horoscope, whatever. And then when I started looking up those books, I was like, I don't want to do this on my birthday month. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to read books that I know, I'm pretty sure I will enjoy, that they will at least be 4 or 5 stars. So that's what we're doing. And, oh, you're leaving me? He's also going to be turning 16. He's young old. He still is very young. He does not just lay around all day, half the day. But he's very food motivated. So he gets up often looking for food and treats. But anyway, yeah, so I digress. As I was saying, I happened to watch my buddy Kasha's from Kasha's Book Cemetery. I watched her video where she's doing a readathon in this month of June that just so happened to fit along with my book selection. So I was like, I'm in. So we might as well start with that one. So she's doing a Mini Evil-A-Thon is what she calls it. She normally does this in November. I started BookTube in October of last year, but I don't remember this. So maybe I wasn't subscribed to her yet. I don't know because all this was new to me. But she's calling this one The Forgotten Ones, and you shall see why based on the prompts. It runs between June 3rd and June 6th. So, of course, if you know me, I'm not a fast reader. I have one book that is going to satisfy majority of these prompts. I have one extra one that I hope to be able to squeeze in because it's a short novella. We'll see. Wish me luck. And then she threw in a movie too. All right. Because, you know, she loves movies and books. So do I. Scary movies. So why not? But let's read over the prompts, shall we? So yes, the first one is Childhood, a spooky middle grade you have been meaning to check out for some time. For this book, I have talked about this in many videos. It is normally behind me, and that would be my Scary Stories Treasury, which includes Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, more Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and Scary Stories 3, More Tales to Chill Your Bones. So there's really no synopsis. It is an anthology collection of short stories written by Alvin Schwartz. He's taken them from folklore and retold them into, as children's scary stories. But some people think they're a bit scary for children's stories. I do not. I read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark when I was a child, and we read it over and over and over again. Certain stories, certain songs we used to sing all the time, me and my brother. So I wanted to reread Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, but I'm also going to read more scary stories and Scary Stories 3. Those are new to me. So this is what I'm using for prompt number 1. Prompt number 2, Catching Up, a horror sequel you were excited about and then never read. Of course, more Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and Scary Stories 3. Both of them fit. Yay, winning. Prompt number 3, Community, a horror book by a self-published / indie published author. Scary Stories doesn't fit this category. So I was like, oh, can I read? And I decided to do The Visitor by Sergio Gomez. I have talked about this in my 21 books I want to read in 2021. I gave a detailed synopsis, so I'm not going to go over it again, but it's basically a short novella that has to do with Christmas and an alien or something like that. It's only like 76 pages, so I'm hoping I can squeeze that in between those two. Again, wish me luck. Oh, and that one's self-published by Sergio Gomez. Sorry, I forgot to say. Number 4. A dusty one. A horror book you've had on your TBR for a long time. Once again, Scary Stories Treasury. Also The Visitor. Both of those have been on my TBR since like October, November of last year, 2020. So they both satisfy that prompt. And then the last one is our movie prompt. Play it already. Watch a horror movie you've been postponing for way too long. So for this one, I love me a found footage horror movie. Yes, I do, honey. Some of my favorites are The Taking of Deborah Logan, Brave Encounters 2, of course, all the Paranormal Activity movies, the classic that started it all, Blair Witch. So yeah, you can go on and on. But for this one, I have one that I found through Looper here on YouTube. And it was a list of like found footage movies you need to see. And it's called The Conspiracy. And I think it was made in like 2012, but it's basically about this documentary crew that go to investigate conspiracy theories, and they come up against this secret society, maybe Satanists or something like that. Usually I watch scary movies with my daughter. If you saw my 3,000 subscribers special video featuring her, you will see why. She's my buddy. But every now and then, there are scary movies that she's not interested in, and this is one of them. So I will watch it alone, and this is the perfect time. And speaking of my 3,000 subscriber special, I just want to say again, thank you all so much for all the love and support from my little channel. As I said, I just started BookTube specifically in October of last year, 2020. I was already here on YouTube, so I did not get 3,000 subscribers from BookTube. I had about 2,000 from my previous videos, which I have made unlisted private now because I want to take my channel just strictly in the direction of BookTube. But I used to do natural hair videos, and then I did a video on veganism. That one is still here on my channel. And I did a couple videos on like eco-friendly products, and I did a thrift haul video. So anyway, I did have about 2,000 subscribers before. So I've gained about close to 800 since doing BookTube, which to me is just crazy. I'm having more success doing BookTube videos than I ever did with natural hair videos. And I was doing natural hair videos for years. And I've also spoken about being an actress, and I feel like I'm even having more success with BookTube than acting. So this is where we going. This is what we doing. So again, I just want to thank you all so much. All my new subscribers. Anytime someone leaves me a comment and tells me they're a new subscriber and they love my channel, it just means the world to me. It makes my day. I appreciate you all so much. So if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Join us. Doesn't cost you anything. It's pain-free, you know, have a little giggle. I'm here for the joy, for the party, for the fun of books and reading. So like I said, join us. We'd love to have you. So let's move on to my next book in my June TBR. My next book. This author became one of my favorites. And I was like, okay, I already knew that this book was on my list of books I wanted to read. And I was just like, you know what? Since I loved his book, it's one of my favorites of 2021 that I've read so far. I'm going to go ahead and take a chance with another one of his books and hope it gives me just as much joy in my birthday month. And that would be The Passengers by John Marrs. If you know, I loved The One by John Marrs. It is now one of my favorite books, up there with Stillhouse Lake as far as like thrillers. It's a sci-fi thriller. But yes, so I had already heard about The Passengers, and I was like, you know I want to read it eventually, but I was like, what better month than June? Now, this one I'm a little nervous about, I'm not going to lie, because I've seen some trigger warnings, and I know it's a little bit darker than The One. But again, this is also a month of me taking chances, so I'm just going to take a chance and see how it goes. And you know I will let you know if there's anything that bothers me, so you shall see. But it's nice and small, so I should be able to get through this pretty easily, because The One was like, I flew through it. And this one looks like it is 336 pages. Deceiving. Anyway, so without further ado, Let's read the synopsis. You're riding in your self-driving car when suddenly the doors lock, the route changes, and you have lost all control. Then a mysterious voice tells you you are going to die. Just as self-driving cars are becoming the trusted, safer norm, 8 people find themselves in this terrifying situation, including a faded TV star, a pregnant young woman, an abused wife fleeing her husband, an immigrant, a husband and wife, and a suicidal man. From cameras hidden in their cars, their panic is broadcast to millions of people around the world. But the public will show their true colors when they are asked, which of these people should we save and who should we kill first? All right, so John Mars loves to give us these moral dilemmas. What would you do? I love it. So I do know, like I said, I saw trigger warnings about like child abuse or sexual assault or whatever. So I'm hoping it doesn't get too graphic, too detailed, because, you know, I don't like those things. So we shall see. But I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to all the books this month because I chose them like that I'm excited about. So let's move on to the third book. This one is a new release and I have not pre-ordered it like other people. I'm going to wait until the day it comes out to order it. But this is another author that I read last year and I really enjoyed his thriller. It made me realize there's a trope that I like and I am now looking for in other books. And that would be The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I know how to say his name now. If you go back and watch my videos about the silent patient, I was calling him Michaelides or something like that. Anyway, but yes, so this one I found out about after I did my 2021 thriller book releases I'm excited about, and I had added it to my TBR, but like I said, I didn't talk about it in any of my videos, and I didn't mention it in my 21 books I'm excited for in 2021 because I guess I forgot about it. It wasn't at the top, but when I realized it was coming out in June, I was like, you know what? I'm excited for it. Let's read it. It's coming out. I want to be one of the first besides the people who got advanced copies, but we're not going to talk about that. So anyway, let me read you the synopsis. This is a long one, so I'm going to try to sum it up. Edward Fosca is a murderer. Of this, Mariana is certain, but Fosca is untouchable. A handsome and charismatic Greek tragedy professor at Cambridge University, Fosca is adored by staff and students alike, particularly by the members of a secret society of female students known as the Maidens. Mariana Andros is a brilliant but troubled group therapist who becomes fixated on the Maidens when one member, a friend of Mariana's niece Zoe, is found murdered in Cambridge. Mariana, who was once herself a student at the university, quickly suspects that behind the idyllic beauty of the spires and turrets and beneath the ancient traditions lies something sinister. And she becomes convinced that, despite his alibi, Edward Fosca is guilty of the murder. When another body is found, Mariana's obsession with proving Fosca's guilt spirals out of control, threatening to destroy her credibility as well as her closest relationships. But Mariana is determined to stop this killer, even if it costs her everything, including her own life. So, the trope that I realized I love with The Silent Patient is books about therapists, psychiatrists. And this trope in this book, I also realized I like when I read Kill Creek. When I read a little bit of Kill Creek, I DNF'd that book, but you can check out my previous video on more on that. But I love books also about professors and teachers. So this one includes both. So I'm hoping I enjoy it as much as The Silent Patient. And this one comes out June 15th. So I will read Scary Stories and The Passengers. And what you doing? What you doing? Let's get more comfortable. So I will read The Maidens after I read my Scary Stories books, The Passengers, and The Visitor. So again, June 15th, we're excited. And last but not least, we have Death by Dumpling. This one is on its way to me from the library. I was hoping it would be ready in time for me to film this video, but I wanted to get this video out before the end of May. So I think I'm probably going to picking it up on tomorrow or Tuesday. It's Sunday. But anyway, yeah, I've also talked about this book before in my 21 books I'm anticipating for 2021. I did a detailed synopsis, so I'm not going to go too deep. But this one, it's about this woman. She was in a relationship. The relationship goes wrong. She goes to work at her family's restaurant, and the owner of the restaurant or something like that ends up getting killed after he eats some shrimp dish, and everyone knows he's allergic to seafood. So it's like, who did it? Who murdered him? So this will be my first cozy mystery book. I am looking forward to it. I have a ton that I plan to check out to see if I want to add to my TBR, but this one has been on my TBR since also last year. So I'm excited to finally get to it. It's in the Noodle Shop. I think that's what they're called. It's a Noodle Shop mystery series, I believe. And Vivian Chin is the author. She has a ton of these cozy mystery books. So hopefully I will enjoy this one and it will keep going in the series. So yes, that is what we have. So that wraps it up. I said earlier that I'm planning to read The Passengers and Scary Stories and all those before The Maidens. I think it's just one I'm going to read before The Maidens. I don't even know. I'm a little bit of a mess. Anyway, stay tuned to find out when I do my wrap up. You can follow me on Instagram also. I usually put a little bit in my stories of what I'm reading at the moment. So sometimes you get a sneak peek of what I DNF and what I'm reading. And also, if you follow me on Goodreads, all linked below. And I think that is all I have for you today. This is also to change, you know. I know people think when you do a TBR, it's like set in stone. Not for me, honey. I do what I want. So these books could change. Not my Scary Stories book, not The Passengers, The Maidens. You shall see, because when I read a preview, I may change my mind. And my Death by Dumpling book is not going to change. And I also have some others in case I read faster and I, have time to read more, but you shall see. But anyway, that wraps it up for my June TBR, my birthday month. Yay! As I said, Cancer. That answers some questions. Now you know. But anyway, please let me know in the comments what books you are most looking forward to reading in June, or if you've read any of these books and, you want to chit chat about it, but don't spoil anything. And I think that's about it. As I said, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. It lets me know and it lets YouTube know that you want more of me, more of Nakia's Hideaway. And I appreciate it. So until next time, snuggle up in your hideaway with a good book, unplug as much as possible, be kind to all kind, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.